Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be creating a square cake, buttercream finish for a very special soul. It is a square and I don't see much squares. I think sometimes people are intimidated or cake makers are a little intimidated, but I'm here to help you along. So as you can see, I already have 2 layers of my cake down and 1 layer of my vanilla buttercream filling. By the way, this is a vanilla cake and a vanilla buttercream. And if you look really closely, you will see that there is an acrylic disc glued to the cake board. So I've just glued it on with some ganache. And here you can see me lining up all 3 layers, just so that when I take away the edges, I am taking away an even layer. I go in with a serrated knife and I trim down the edges to have a gap of between 0.5 centimeters and a centimeter gap on the edge, so that when I fill it in, we don't see the cake layers. And sometimes I do get requests from clients to remove the edges. Some people don't enjoy the crust, and that's absolutely fine. So now I've taken away that edge, and this is going to create a space between the acrylic disc, not even the board, the acrylic disc and the cake, so that I can get a smooth, sharp finish on every single side. So here I'm cleaning it up. I've crumb coated the cake. I didn't want to showcase that again because I've done that in the previous video. That's meant to just hold in all the crumbs. And here I am finishing off the top layer. This is just buttercream. I'm not using any ganache. I've just decided to make this a buttercream cake. The only ganache that I've used was to glue that board to the acrylic disc. And the thing with buttercream is you need to pop it into the fridge every time you finish a layer. So here I am taking the second acrylic disc and adding a layer, or a very, very thin layer of ganache onto the edges. And then I'm going to take a piece of baking paper that I've cut to be the same size, slightly smaller actually, than the acrylic disc. And here I am gluing it on to make sure that it is stuck on and that it won't come off when I am finishing off my cake. And my cake is out of the fridge, and now I'm adding a top layer of the buttercream. We decided to go with gray. The birthday boy loved gray, black and white and touches of gold. So here I am adding my final layer of my buttercream. It is important that you try and get the top layer as evenly as possible, but the acrylic disc does help. So I've put the top acrylic disc on. I'm going around with my bench scraper to make sure that every side is the same height. So here I'm just measuring the bottom acrylic disc and the top acrylic disc. I'm making sure that the corners meet, and my hand has a little bit pressure on the top, not too much pressure. So I go around a couple of times lining it up, and then I scrape away whatever buttercream has come out due to the pressure of my hand on the top of the acrylic disc. And now I'm going to go in with a spirit level to see that my layer of buttercream on the top is even. This is very important, especially when you have tiered cakes. You have to invest in a spirit level. It's one of my favorite tools. So invest in a good spirit level. I think this was the very first one I purchased years ago, and it really changed the game for me. So I popped it back into the fridge just to harden up a bit, and then I can finish that final layer of my buttercream cake. So we are back, and now I'm finishing off that final layer. And what's nice is the crumb coat is now stuck on. It's not going anywhere, and the beautiful finish is achievable. And you can see me piling on the gray buttercream. When you are working with buttercream, especially during the summer months, you have to work pretty fast because buttercream does tend to melt. And my goal is always to make sure that when I'm applying that final layer, the crumb coat does not get soft and it doesn't melt. So I'm working pretty fast, and I'm just trying to I try and get on as much of the buttercream as possible. I know a bigger offset spatula would help, but I have a small hand, and if I use the bigger one, my hand tends to get a bit sore. So I don't use the big one. I rather just go in with a smaller one and I am just trying to get on as much of that buttercream as possible. While we have a moment to spare, you can please let me know where you are and in the world. If you are watching this, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if this is your vibe. Yeah, I'm going around with my bench scraper, and as you can see, I still need to fill in a lot of those gaps. It's like polyfiller. If you know what polyfiller is, we are filling in those gaps. We are trying to make it as smooth as possible. And there's nothing more beautiful to me than a square cake that is sharp and smooth, especially for if you want more of a masculine energy for a cake. I find that these kinds of cakes are perfect for the special guys in your life. Okay, so I'm going in with the polyfiller again, the buttercream, and now I'm going to take my bench scraper, and we are getting there. We are getting there with the bench scraper. There are still a few gaps, but you get the gist of it. So I'm going to continue on this way. And I actually did put the cake one more time into the freezer after this, just so that it firms up and I can fill in those gaps and we can move on to the next step. So I'm not going to bore you too much with you watching this. If you would like to watch the whole process, and if this is something you enjoy and you don't want me to skip these bits, please let me know and I will leave them in the video. So now we have a beautiful stencil. I've just applied it to the cake. No pins needed because it's buttercream, right? And yeah, I'm taking my bench scraper and just scraping over the buttercream that I've applied. And when you remove it, it has this beautiful feature. It's got a beautiful pattern. And what's nice about these stencils is that you can apply them horizontally, you can apply them vertically. You don't even have to apply buttercream all over the stencil. If you want something a little bit more, I don't know, different or artsy, you can just apply a little bit of buttercream just to get textures here and there. I love doing that as well. And I did this on all 4 sides of the cake. By the way, this is an 8-inch cake. I forgot to mention that. I should have mentioned that right at the beginning. I find the 8-inch cake is the perfect size for a family event, especially if it's square. There's always those who want seconds. Well, I'm hoping they ask for seconds. So the 8-inch is a wonderful size. 8-inch is a 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter for those who are in the centimeter range and not in the inches range. My apologies for not mentioning that. And I am done with the applying of the buttercream on the cake. And now I'm removing that gorgeous stencil. And it goes back into the fridge again, just to firm up. Here I have dipped my offset spatula into some boiling water. And now I'm going around. This is the bottom of the cake. So as you can see, I've applied a little bit of that ganache. And now I'm removing that little bit of ganache on the board. And then I'm going to flip the cake, and then I am going to remove the top board. Now, as you've seen, I also haven't put any baking paper on the base. It was just for the top of the cake. I've taken a little bit of ganache and I've applied it to my base board. I purposely chose a gold board so that I didn't have to do much with covering of the board. And here you can see I'm sliding the offset spatula underneath the board, and now the wax paper will come away from the cake beautifully. I love this part. I absolutely love this part of using the acrylic discs. I don't know why. And here I'm gently laying down the edges, taking a little bit of boiling water and fixing those edges and making sure that the cake is nice and smooth. I'm polyfilling here and there, but it's not too much because I've taken the time to make sure that the cake was level. And here we are applying some buttercream to the board, the base board. I'm just applying it all around. As I've mentioned, I chose the gold board because I felt it goes so well with the aesthetic of the cake. But here I am just applying a little bit of the buttercream because I want some of those of the gold to shine through the board. So I'm applying the gray buttercream, but I'm going to take my offset spatula and I create like these little, you'll see it at the end. It's like these little stripes, if you can call it that, right around the cake. And I always do this with my buttercream finish cakes. It just adds a beautiful detail as opposed to me adding some fondant. Like sometimes a client is completely against fondant, and then I have to improvise and think of ways to finish the cake off with buttercream as well to make it look like my style, like a signature style. So this is when I do these stripes right around the cake. And then I clean the cake with the offset spatula or the bench scraper. And then again, the cake goes back into the fridge. I don't know, I've lost count as to how many times the cake was in the fridge, but this is very necessary if you are working with buttercream. If you are working with ganache, you don't necessarily have to put the cake into the fridge. It's mainly with buttercream, and because I live in South Africa, in Cape Town, this is a must every single time. So I'm cleaning up the edge. I'm not even going to put a ribbon on the cake because I love the gold finish on the board. So we are back, and now we are going to create, this is my favorite part of cake making. I created a marble finish fondant, and I know I said that some people don't like fondant, but sometimes things like this, you know, the creative side of things is necessary with fondant. You can create this piece with buttercream as well, and I will definitely show you in another tutorial how to create that. But the special person who requested this cake didn't mind the fondant bits, so I decided to go ahead with fondant. I love fondant for decorative bits. In fact, I love fondant to cover cakes as well because you get away with so many creative techniques when you use fondant, and you don't necessarily have to eat it. So yeah, I've made this black, gray, and white marble piece of fondant. If you'd like to learn how to do that, please do let me know. And here I'm gilding or edging the edges of the fondant in some liquid gold, and it just makes the cake pop. So I go right around, and then I go on top, and then we are going to go down the other side as well. It's a very therapeutic process. I love the decorating part of making cake. In fact, I don't like the baking that much. This is where my heart lies, in the art process. So now that I'm done with that, I'm looking around. I had decided, I was torn between having either side as the front, and I chose the side with more of the white. Here I am applying some gold leaf, and because the cake is buttercream finished, I didn't have to apply water. I just went straight in with my pieces of gold leaf just to add a bit of texture to the cake, and I applied it all around the cake in 360 because I always believe that someone will catch the back of the cake, and we want it to look as beautiful as the front. The front will be the front because there will be certain details, but the back still needs to look beautiful. That's just my opinion on cake making. And there I am placing the happy birthday on the marble part of the cake. I just applied a little bit of royal icing and then stuck it on, and here I'm taking a brush and removing the excess royal icing, and now I'm going in with all my decorative bits. And then we finally went in with the 1 and the 8 for the center of the cake. I tried to lay it in the center, and then I went ahead with some gold and black sprinkles, and this went right around the cake. So like I mentioned, because it is buttercream, I didn't have to apply some edible glue or anything. I could go in directly with the sprinkles and it would stick onto the cake, because as I'm working with it, that buttercream is slightly melting. It was on the colder side and the firmer side, but firm enough so that the sprinkles could stick on it, but it was melting as I was working. So I did a layer on the top, and then I also did a layer at the bottom. I didn't want to use a ribbon. I thought for this kind of cake I needed some texture at the bottom, and the gentleman loved black, so I thought this would be a nice way to tie in more of that black detail. And then the final thing I did was I don't create candles. I applied the candles to the cake. I saw these beautiful candles that were black and gold, and I managed to get all 18 on the cake. Symmetry to me, not symmetry. Symmetry to me is not my forte. I love things that are non-symmetrical or asymmetrical, but I managed to get it on as evenly as possible, just to create some structure, especially because it's a square cake. You got to have some things that look symmetrical. So that is what I did, and I applied it around the cake with the 18 in the middle. And there you have the cake. If this is something you enjoy, please do subscribe. I plan to do quite a few of these in the near future, but if you've made it this far, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please do let me know in the comment section. And please don't forget, once again, to subscribe to my channel. Lots of love.